Hi, it's Gordon here with week 23 of 2012, a year with Mya-Moe Unscripted. And this week the topic is, I don't really know what to call it, but it's on how we feel and what happens to us when owners sell or resell their instruments. And it's a real mixed thing for us. I think in the end it all works out just fine, but I really don't have any point to this other than just tell you kind of what's going on. I think it's, well, certainly the video is inspired or catalyzed by the fact that, we're on Ukulele Underground and on the web, and we see, I think we're aware when most users sell their instruments. And so there's one on Ukulele Underground, and it just kind of doesn't feel great. As you might imagine, it just causes us to have a little glitch in the pit of our stomach. And you wonder why. I mean, I wish I didn't react that way, but I do. And I think Shar and Aaron do too. And the reason for it is that to us, the instruments are not just a number. And it's funny because a lot of owners, when they write, they refer to themselves, like in parentheses, they put in their instrument number. And the fact is that every owner and future owner of ours is a name, and it's often a face. It's somebody we've met at a festival, or they've come by the shop to pick out wood, or in many cases we haven't met them face to face, but we've had a lot of email conversation through the process of configuring and picking out the wood. And through all of that, the person is very real to us. And because of the way we build, not in batches but continuous flow, whenever we pick up that instrument, we pick up the configuration sheet that goes with it, and it has in big, bold writing right at the top who the customer is. And we think about that person as we're working on that instrument, and I think it's a very cool part of our process. We love that. We bond with the person throughout the process, and especially the build process, and it drives us every day to do the absolute best work that we can possibly do. We just want every instrument to be as perfect as is humanly possible. And we want it for the person whose name is on that configuration sheet and inside the label. And we're making it for that person. And it is our embodiment of that person. And we ship it off, and with great trepidation, wait until we hear of its safe arrival and that hopefully it's loved. But it isn't always the case. And the marketing side of me knows that, and I think I've talked about this in a video, that not everyone, you can't please everyone. If you try to please everyone, you will please no one. You have to choose who is your customer and who isn't your customer. And both of those are incredibly important. And that some people just absolutely love our instruments is great. But at the same time that some people just won't, for whatever reason. And I know all of that. And I think that on a business level, it's a great thing. But it hurts when someone gets their instrument, and doesn't own it and doesn't bond with it. And that we see that it's up for sale. But the cool thing, and I guess, at the end of the story, is that what we want is for everybody that owns a Mya-Moe to love it. And it's the reason that we work so hard with people to get them what they want. And in the end, if they don't love it, then we want it to go to someone who does love it. And I can think of a couple of instruments over the past year that have sold, and the new owners get them and they're just ecstatic. One of them wrote last night and sent along a video and is talking about ordering their next Mya-Moe. And, the guy that had bought his originally, well, he's not really a uke player. I think he's a bass player, bass or drums, I can't really remember. And so he was going to kind of try out the ukulele and decided that in the end he needed to, focus on his primary instrument. So all of that is a story with a great ending. And yet there is that point along the way where we have made this instrument for the bass or the drum player, and with their name in mind. I know exactly who the person is and what their name is and where they live, and you want them to love it, but not everyone can, or it doesn't work out. So again, it's a video without a point, just telling you what's on our mind today. All right, we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.